Microsoft and Sony are jockeying for position in a way that we possibly have never seen before. Of course, they're going to keep it a little bit lower key than what me and you might do. We might go at one another and make fun of each other and kind of go off in like a fanboyistic kind of way, but at the end of the day, Microsoft and Sony aren't going to do that. They're going to play nice, or they're going to at least pretend to play nice. And that's the funny thing about this whole situation, right? Both these companies want our money. Both these companies want us to spend more time on their platform than the other. But both of these companies are also going to say how fanboy wars are stupid and how they don't believe in them and pretend that they're really, really good friends. And they could be good friends, but I don't think they're on friend basis where they're calling each other and congratulating each other in person. When you congratulate someone online, that's the same thing as donating something somewhere and then going online and saying that you donated that, right? Like if you're truly a good person, and I'm not saying you're a bad person if you do that, but if you're truly a good person, you don't donate things and then brag about it online, right? You just do it, okay? I think it's a lot of times that people just want to make it seem like they're doing something so it seems better or to toe the company line, or it makes the company look good. How often have you been on social media and maybe seen Phil Spencer congratulate someone and then people underneath his Twitter comments go, "Man, what a true leader. What a great guy he is. Class act." Or, you might see Yoshida do it. "Hey, congratulations, Phil, on this." Right? And then people are like, "That's a class act. I love to see that when these two companies do it. For the gamers." We see this thing multitude of times, and what happens? Like, they're just saying this to toe the line to make their companies look good because they want you to think that. And at the end of the day, I think that's fine. But this bit of news from Microsoft is very detrimental towards the long-term financial stability of PlayStation. And so I did want to get into that because I felt like it was a very interesting topic. And this bit of announcement, I also feel, is something that a lot of people are going to be talking about and are already talking about. So let's get into it, shall we? Hey everyone, I'm the Crap Gamer, and of course this is Crap Gamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice some changes around here, for sure, but that shouldn't stop you from giving us a like and possibly even consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you oh so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me today. It means the world to me, and I know each and every one of you are super busy with family, friends, school, work, what have you, so please accept my appreciative nature when I say thank you, and just ask for a like in return, man. It keeps everything kind of rolling here and the videos coming and stuff like that. So thank you guys very much for rocking out with me and just being fantastic people. You guys have been nothing short of amazing. So thank you very, very much. You guys are awesome. Now, with that being said, let's get into this. Now, some people know that Microsoft has a lot of money. That's not some kind of great, new thing that we don't know about, right? That's obviously something that was very much, evident from their purchase of not only Bethesda and, obviously the purchase of Activision. And there's some people, particularly on the PlayStation side, probably Sony themselves, maybe hoping that this move gets blocked by regulatory commissions. And that is something that I think I've seen a lot of people kind of really talk about behind the scenes there. People want to see that kind of not happen, that way that, all the Call of Duties and all that stuff can stay on the PlayStation side. The thing that people don't realize, and I'm going to get to the crux of this story in a second, is Activision needs change. Right? Call of Duty Vanguard was a flop by huge comparisons to every other Call of Duty. It's already crashing. You see Warzone's coming down. People aren't happy to work for Activision. They don't want to work for Activision. People are walking out. You're talking about a pillar of the gaming industry possibly collapsing. Also, if you have Microsoft buy them, you could get back some games that maybe you would never have gotten again from Activision had Microsoft not bought them. So people have to keep the good in line as well. Like, we maybe would have never seen another Crash or a Spyro or a Skylanders or any of that stuff. So it's very important that Microsoft is not only buying this company, but also, going to bring back a lot of what they had to offer to begin with before they started putting literally every team on Call of Duty. Now, while people are holding out hope, I feel like I should point out that Microsoft has probably some of the best lawyers around that you can find, and they've ran every angle for this well before they decided to make a go of it. And now people are probably starting to realize that it is going to go through, and it's just going to happen. In fact, the CEO Satya Nadella of Microsoft actually was speaking to some of these bits and pieces of information, and and this is what he basically had to say about it going through and things like that. So basically, even when you talk about what's going on and stuff like that, it kind of makes sense for him to talk about what's going on. They touched on the regulatory scrutiny as well in this interview, which I'm going to link in there. Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard is going to face some kind of scrutiny, but Nadella dismissed concerns that it might be blocked on monopolistic grounds, noting that it would make Microsoft only the world's third biggest gaming company by revenue, behind Tencent and also behind Sony. He said, and I quote, "At the end of the day, all the analysis here has to be done through a lens of what's the category we're talking about. And what about the market structure? Even post this acquisition, we will be number 3 with sort of low teens market share, where even the highest player is also in the teens for market share. It shows how fragmented content creation platforms are, and so that's fundamental category. Yes, we will be a big player in what's already a highly fragmented place." So again, he's basically, him and both Phil Spencer have said now multiple times that they don't expect any kind of issues with this. It's going to go through. And I know, like I said, a lot of people are kind of suggesting that it might have issues and it might not go through and this kind of stuff. But it's definitely something that is going to go through. And we're going to see, a lot of people kind of just understand that this kind of stuff, it happens all the time. We're going to see, these companies kind of go through some of this stuff, and companies kind of go, hey, you know what? Yeah, this is interesting that they're buying this huge corporation. How can that possibly not be a monopoly? Well, again, he's talking about how fragmented everything is. It's so funny that so many people are like not understanding just what all this kind of this stuff means, right? And what I mean by that is quite simple, right? Like a lot of people are pundits or want to pretend like they know what this kind of stuff means, this wording and stuff like that, and the fact of the matter is most people don't know what that is, right? That's the funny part. Microsoft can get away with buying more things than Sony can because Sony's in the number 1 spot and Microsoft isn't, right? Like you could see more scrutiny for Sony buying Bungie, although there won't be any for that because they've already announced everything's going to be multi-plat going forward. But you could potentially see more scrutiny for something like that than what Microsoft is doing. Now, if Sony had unlimited funds and they were buying, Activision or something like that, yes, you probably would see a lot more scrutiny right there. But at the end of the day, Sony's not doing that. So you see that there is a huge difference. What I'm basically saying is there's not going to be any holdup with this. There's not going to be anything like that. They can say they're going to look at it all they want, but it's going to go through. Microsoft is going to own Activision. Things are changing. Both these companies are going to have to do different things to kind of compete with each other in the future. I'm all here for it because I think it's going to get us good things at the end. Hopefully Sony doesn't panic and they just continue to do things that they're doing. I would hate to see them just start going, oh, well, what franchises do we have that could be free-to-play? Let's make SOCOM free-to-play. Let's make, Twisted Metal free-to-play. I just, that kind of boggles my mind as to why they would think that free-to-play. Like, that is not it. If we've noticed anything from Halo Infinite, right, is free-to-play maybe wasn't the best model for this. But, I guess we'll see at some particular point sooner rather than later. With that being said, thank you so much for rocking out with me. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up, crap gamer out.